fishing lake? And is Troy the master chef of Lalu? To answer this and many more important questions, allow me to take us back to the beginning. Hello and welcome to Lawd Lukan. It's time to grip your rod with a firm hand as we go fishing with the Parkers, and we check out the skills that Troy, who brought a spoon to a ladle convention, has in the kitchen. On today's show, Julian shows us his worm.
Nice and slimy.
Alexis figures out the finer points of fishing.
So we only need a hook each?
And Troy's cooking up a surprise. All this and more right here on the Lawd Lukan channel. Good day, Sanu and Chizu to you. Big loves to those who have subscribed, you beautiful people. And a Passotti umbrella to the lords and ladies of the Lukan Manor. First today, thank you for your delightful patience. It's been a busy week here at the Manor and it's taken a minute to get this video out. On the plus side, we have Ashley coming to the Manor for a chat very soon, so if you have any questions you'd like answering, please chuck them in the comments and I'll ask as many as possible. Right, let's get into a magnificent pair of sort of wadery things, do up our flies, and pick up nasty worms and maggots. Speaking of worms, you'd think Julian wouldn't want to invite the comparison, would you? Him and his earthworm Jim-looking arse. Did you know that anglers used to put their bait in their mouths to keep it warm? What the fuckington was going on there, Benson? I'll just chuck a handful of these in my mouth. Nice. See, this is what happens when you leave a man alone and bored by a lake for too long. Things either go in the mouth or down the trousers. If our lady folk invented fishing, there wouldn't be any of this maggot in the mouth business. Well, might be an exception, of course. We find ourselves today in Ohio once more. And today Julian gets to do the intro. Oh, yeah, it's coming. These rapids are good with words, you know. Nearly. Now we've got the mouth movement. All we need is a bit of noise and we've got something resembling talking. Oh, and then she came along and spoiled it. I do wonder if she's going fishing with him, so she's making sure he's not going and dry humping someone else's dock. If someone like Julian was to say, "Hey darling, I'm off to do a bit of fishing," you'd be like, "No, you're not. You just want to escape for a few hours and mess around with something else that's mostly wet and smells of fish." So I think she's coming along, mostly to be annoying, but also to keep an eye on him and get rid of his excuse to get away from her. Oh, so you want to do fishing? Cool, well, I'll come along too then. We did it together last time, so why can't I come along this time? That's the way. Don't get a man that you can trust. Just lock one down and take away his freedom. That'll make him stay. Ready for what? Hours by lake bored out of your brain? Now, for the record, not all fishing is boring. If you're Brody and the gang, fishing's kind of cool and you get to sing songs.
Wherever I may roam, by land or sea or foam.
And here comes Alexis. She's tracked them down in the middle of the ocean. But you do have a 1 in 3 chance of being eaten by a large shark, so not exactly a fun day out for the family. But who doesn't love that song though? One more time. I had a little drink about an hour ago. Hey! It's all together now. Did you know that was written by a couple of Brits called Campbell and Connolly, but was first recorded by a guy called Frank Crummett, who's had other hits with songs such as The Prune Song and What Kind of Noise an Oyster? Here's a quick tip for you. If you have a round face, don't wear round glasses. It emphasises all that roundness. Or like me, you've got a big old rectangular head. It's best to wear rectangles in the opposite way. Or round glasses. Basically, glasses look better when they're the opposite shape to your face. Anyway, it's Alexis' first time fishing, and Julian says he won't help her at all.
You gotta learn. Understand?
Ooh, run that by me one more time. I didn't quite get that complicated set of instructions. But I think Julian is planning to make things sound as difficult as possible to try and scare her off from coming again, therefore protecting his potential playtime. One way he's doing this is by not letting her wear gloves.
I think they had gloves in the wild. When they was catching fish with their bare hands.
I see, they're going primitive. I think he's just trying to give her a handicap so she doesn't beat him at this sport too. So if you can't use gloves, does that mean they can't use the fishing sticks either? I mean, if we're going all Neanderthal about it, you might as well commit to the bit.
Washing them hands and shit in the wild either.
Oh yeah. Yeah, well done, Einstein burger. But her calling him out on the minor hypocrisy throws him off his game. And so he changes the subject instead.
Fishing trip. Winter Woods. Here we come.
Yes, indeed, Winton Woods, Cincinnati. But before we arrive there, we need some supplies. Now, I'm no fisherman, and you might be able to tell, but I have a feeling that I'm a bit more informed than Genius in Residence Alexis.
We're gonna get some, what you say, some hooks.
Bobbers, some bait.
I don't know none of that is.
You've never heard of bait or hooks? It's a lot like her parenting. She hasn't even bothered at least Googling it and assume it comes with some sort of passive knowledge. Maybe she'll apply some of that motherly wisdom she's gained since giving birth. You know, just sort of like chuck a car seat in the pond and see what happens.
Bobbers, some bait.
Look how smug he is, pulling out all of his technical knowledge. Yeah, get me, knowing what bait and hook is. I think the second thing was like bobbers or something.
Bobbers.
Which isn't too difficult to work out, I guess. Presumably they sort of bob about, presumably somewhere near the surface, which is where the bobbing usually occurs. Unless your name is Lorena and your bobbering usually happens out of the window of a moving car.
I don't know none of that is.
How could you not know any of this? She saw him playing hook the fishy thing at the fair, right? I think she's just trying to be cute and clueless. Surely an educated woman, by her claims, would know what a hook is. She's got one in Julian, so you'd think she'd recognise one. And that laugh. Her laugh is just so fake that it's like everything he says is hilarious. It's like Betty Rubble on Heat. So into the shop they go, and it's just like at the gas station. Julian has got his mum to buy him a new hat.
He wanted my Bass Pro hat.
Well, now I really do this. I don't play.
Not a cowboy hat this time though. And inside the shop, Alexis spots her first bit of wildlife. It's a dogfish. Yeah, sorry about that. Anyway, these two are so hungry for a bit of sponsorship, they drop the name of the shop like a million times.
This is super nice Bass Pro. Yeah, this is such a nice Bass Pro. Oh, this is a super nice Bass Pro.
Shout out to Bass Pro, man.
Troy and Zariah do it too, but to a much more amusing degree. We'll get to them shortly. But do these two really think that companies would be interested in them? Really? Because, I want to sponsor somebody who's no talent, and somebody who is a total fantasist. That'll make my brand look credible. This place does look nice though. I like the whole waterfall thing going on. I wonder if it makes the staff need the toilet all day long. So, on with today's lesson.
Educate me.
You get whatever you feel is necessary.
Whatever I feel is necessary? Okay, well, dynamite. That'll sort the little fuckers out. Why hang around for ages when you can go all North Korea on their asses? I mean, if you like a bit of hunting, and I'm sure some of you do, why take a snipery, rifle-y thing when you can just sprinkle some claymores about the place? Sure, you'll need a mop rather than a roof rack to take it home, but it'll get the job done for you. I also love who has no idea what he's looking at either. He kind of fiddles about a bit with the rack, then messes about with the price tag. There's a pro in action. Now, Alexis is having a whale of a time.
These is trouble here.
Nah, she's actually really excited about it.
I'm so excited. Look at all the poles.
I've not seen anyone so excited to see so many poles since Bonnie Blue. But hey, what do I know about fishing?
So we only need a hook each?
A great deal more than Alexis, apparently. No, I love that. Let's have it one more time for fun.
So we only need a hook each?
So she thinks that they share a hook. They'd have their own little sticks and strings, but they share a hook. Yeah. I mean, I hate to use the word stupid, but that's pretty fucking stupid, isn't it, really? Bit like telling him she'll buy him a boat.
Yeah, what? Oh my god, look at the boats. We could buy you a boat out here too, y'all.
Then that's why he's not in any hurry to go anywhere. All he has to do is lay back and think of Cincinnati, that awkwardly hold his child for selfies, and he gets all the hats and boats he could possibly need, and a bit of bobbery on the side. Anyway, we haven't had 10 minutes of Alexis filming herself talking about whatever we can't see for a while, so, here's that. Lovely. Bless you. So, Grandmaster Julian is fiddling with his pole and gives us our first amazing lesson.
Now I gotta set these poles up for this rookie.
She is pretending to be clueless, isn't it? I think that's just her role in the scene. Pretend you know nothing and hilarity presumably ensues. Well, kind of. They sit there for a while, he's faffing with something out of frame, and she's eating. Entertaining.
We got us some Subway.
Then, as I'm sitting here mindlessly watching, we have his crutch on screen for a while, and it occurred to me, where does Bulge go? Usually there's something sort of in this area. I guess the only thing over 6 inches that Alexis got her hands on was that subway. But all this lessening seems to be paying off, as squelchy eater Alex notices a mistake.
You don't want to play through this one?
Whoops! Rule 23B of Fishing Club says, always put your stringy bit through the holy bit. And then as Julian is putting the string in his stick, Alexis is managing to make a mess of herself. But don't worry, she'll just sort of get all that stuff together and tuck it back in the sandwich. Linty. Anyway, back to our lesson.
Now that your hook's on there.
Yeah, okay. Didn't tell us how to get it on there. I'm guessing it involves tying the thing on and trying not to jab yourself with it. We could have found out, only Julian decided to sit talking to the pond. Dad, I can't hear a word he's saying, even though he's wearing a microphone. But fishing isn't the only thing that Alexis is an expert on. No, she's also good at detecting narcotics.
Somebody was smoking down here. That piece of paper is from I forget what they call it, but it's a wrap.
Bless her, though. One of those raps. It's actually quite endearingly naive, isn't it? Considering it's legal to recreationally do it in Ohio, and has been that way since November the 7th, 2023. My birthday, incidentally. How can she not know what one was called? I'm sure most people can give you like a dozen names for it. Maybe she should ask old Loverboy here. But it's not agriculture time, it's worming time. And Professor Alex is here to show you a tub of nasty. And I don't mean a hoo-ha. Okay, yep, here's hold it in a shot. Left of it. Hold it to the lens. The lens. The shiny round circly thing. Never mind. Excuse you? I mean, are there any bodily functions she's not going to share with us? Will she give us a little tune on the old trouser trumpet next? Hang on a sec. No, she doesn't. But we do actually learn something here. I know. And it's not a lesson in how not to parent your child. Check this out.
That's his button right here. When you throw it, you let go of the button like this.
Well, who'd have thought? It's like got a button and stuff. Neat. I'm really bored of fishing now. You butchered the worm, press your button, and sort of now what? We just sit here and wait? That's not very interesting. I know, I'll check out a bit of Facebook while I'm waiting for the anticlimax. And oh look, it's Don Coloni, or Troy, who bought a flip-flop to a boot convention. Jones. We haven't checked in on the Joneses for a while, so let's see what's happening. He mostly posts about how bad the packaging for cannabis is, but aside from that, it's quite fun. Well, kind of bittersweet to begin with, as Troy has taken possession of his father's ashes. Forever in my heart, I have your ashes with me now, and I made my vow. See what he did there? It's time for us to be at peace, embracing my hurt, letting go of my anger. I get it now, and I'm gonna make you proud. Oh, that is actually quite sweet, isn't it? That's the thing about Troy, who brought a worm to a snake convention. He appears to be a genuinely nice guy, sort of. He's a bit stupid, but I don't think the apple fell far from the tree in his case. But I do think he deserves a slightly happier conclusion to his story. Unlike poor old Isaac here, who seems to be thinly spread over the box. Did they, sneeze in him or something? I mean, that is a budget earn there, isn't it? You can't tell me that after 3 years no one had bothered getting Isaac a nice jar or something. I mean, it is weird how well you can do with those non-profits. That charitable nature of theirs is really smashing the crap out of those bills. Couldn't find the time to buy to learn for Isaac along the way, could we? Between living in a lakeside property, then driving your jet skis about, no? Nah, it'll be fine. It's all about the hustle and God, apparently. Probably the most awkward t-shirt wearing ever committed to video. But these two were all about the sucking up cash for doing as little as possible. Absolute leeches, if you ask me. Why? Well, there's the cashing in on prisoners, which they'd been before. You may remember how I investigated their bullshit company, Project Heal, last season. They're also cashing in on God, whilst all the time being massively hypocritical and sinning and blaspheming and all that sort of thing. And I have a feeling that they just milk sponsors for gear and then provide nothing in return. For example, May the 25th, my wife and I are doing free promotion, promoting all the merch until August. If you send it, we're wearing it and sharing it. Genuinely, DM with samples of y'all merch. Then, having realised this was a pretty crap pitch, he adds a graph of his insights. Yeah, nice one. I'll just stick a graph which shows a steady decline in my popularity. Yeah, that'll show him. So then gets in on the act and tries to save it, and posts her insights too, which also show a steady decline followed by a big old spike. presumably when they drop the next season teaser. So she's got fairly good numbers, but are people checking them out to see what outfit will be hot this year? Well, these 3 people did. And spoiler alert, they're all just a person who's had a dozen poorly fitted garments made up with shitty design and an unappealing brand. Even though they received some garments, we see Troy, who brought a straw to a hosepipe convention, reposting Zariah's post. For everyone who sent us promo items, I am finishing up editing videos, and they will be posted throughout the weekend. What did they post? Their own merch. Good job. But it's not all mostly awful. We've got some fun videos. Here they are, jet skiing again. Wow, charity is rewarding, huh? That and fake fires for insurance purposes. Fake non-profits, some defrauding your own charity through embezzlement. I guess I should say allegedly, but I think it's obvious. They spit it out for us themselves. They go around trying to make easy money, sucking on people's emotions, and wonder why karma keeps them down. I mean, what's next? On an online course? Hang on a second. Mastering the canvas. Graphic design and essentials. What the hell is this monstrosity? Is this what you call graphic design? It's mostly illegible. Yellow and blue will never do, as they say in actual design circles. The text is badly placed, badly scaled, off-center, poorly composed. But hey, you get a certificate, which means absolutely nothing to anybody. And for that privilege, you'll only pay $250 for 6 classes over 6 weeks. She even teaches you how to design AI-generated images. So she teaches you to type into an app? Genius grifting right there. Backed by popular demand too, apparently. But it's not all dooming and glooming, mon petit bois. We have a treat for you. Oh yes, Troy, who brought an apple to a watermelon convention, does cooking. So join me now as we cross to Chef Wow in Syracuse. And here's some advance warning. There may or may not be nipples involved in this recipe. Okay, so, steady yourself. Then we're off to a fantastic start. He disappears out of frame for a while, riveting stuff. But isn't it funny how you can tell he's using a microwave without him showing you microwave? See if you can spot it. The old pop of the microwave meal. You gotta pop that thing a few times though, not just a paltry 2 pops. You gotta wage war on that sucker. Go in like Mike Myers in a tetchy mood. Show that cellophane news boss. I'm gonna hazard a guess it might have been something like mac and cheese. Anyway, the key to a good cook-along is getting the right angle. Oh, yeah, just a little adjustment. That's better. Oh, well, the camera's lost the will to live too. That's all right, just sort of perch it there. It'll be fine, Troy. Just sort of leave it alone now. Bit to the left. Bit to the left. God, this is some camera work going on, isn't it? He probably does an online course in dynamic camera mastery. Maybe he'll just go get Isaac and use him to prop up the phone.
Do me a favor. Bring me that,
Phone stand? A phone stand?
Bring me that stand. For the phone.
Oh, that was hard work, wasn't it? He has the unique skill of being able to make regular activities look really difficult. Like using a phone stand or accidentally muting himself all the time. Blimey. And we're holding out the hope that Captain Genius Pants here is going to produce something called breakfast. Now, this video is an hour and 7 minutes long. Is it going to take him an hour to make breakfast? No idea actually what he's making yet, but I do know he's got his shirt off. So, I think I'll just have coffee, thanks. Now, he may not have remembered to tell us what he was doing, or even sort of talk at all for the most part, but he does remember to plug his leeching service.
We doing free merch promotions until August. Y'all better get it in. We're doing kids' clothes.
And now he's even after your tattoos.
And I'm getting ready to look for me a good tattoo artist. I'm gonna get some tattoos. I gotta finish getting tatted up.
Hours later, and he's sort of made some green. Yeah, that's lovely. Then fucks off to the lake for a bit. But then my favourite part of the video, when Zariah's son turns up. I love him. He's so clearly on the spectrum, but no one cares because he's fun and happy and the most wholesome thing to grace this kitchen. Anyway, after 57 minutes of soul-crushing nothingness, and I'm not joking, 50-fucking-7 minutes. Ugh. Anyway, Troy, who brought a thumbtack to a nail convention, has produced some breakfast. Are you ready for this? Just picture for a moment your ideal breakfast. Maybe some bacon, little eggs, a sausage, maybe a pancake or two. Well, brace yourself. What is that green stuff? Looks like Shrek came and pooped on his plate. I saw him butchering a pepper earlier, so I think there's a fried pepper in the middle of it. But I am going to give him a pass for the rest though. The eggs look pretty okay. The deconstructed hash brown actually looks quite nice. Sausage isn't bad either, disappointingly. But what's all that? You guys are going to have to enlighten me. What the hell has he made? I searched everywhere for dodgy green shit people have for breakfast, and I haven't come up with anything. Maybe it's an original dish. But before we go back to our intrepid fisher people, Troy, who brought a needle to a spear convention, has some words of wisdom.
Get up and get active. Y'all know what I'm about to get ready to do. Eat, relax.
And shit green for the next 12 hours?
Top of the bag, get up and get active. If you ain't up and you ain't active, and I don't know what you're doing, respectfully.
Ooh, that's very life coachy. He must really be on it. He must be making the most of every moment, learning skills, bettering themselves. So, what's he gonna do?
Kick my feet up and do the things that I like to do.
Good job. So, he'll be smoking a joint and playing with his PlayStation then. Living the dream. Back now to Ohio for the conclusion of our time with the Parkers.
Ain't caught none yet, but be patient.
Yeah. After an hour and a bit of this and an hour of George Foreskin cooking, I think I should get an award for services to Brainrot. But hark, what is this? He has caught something.
OMG, he caught something.
Well, leaving with
The nice size fish.
Little bluegill.
A nice sized fish? I would say that is a small fish. I wonder if she thinks he's got a nice sized penis.
I'll catch a son.
What is it?
A fucking fish, probably. I mean, just a guess. But the nice part of it is that he does actually de-hook it, or whatever you call it, and throws it back in the pond.
He gonna throw him back in.
Back in there.
We see the lifeless little body float to the surface. But all this catching fish is catching, and before long, Alexis has got her own little tiddler in her hands. She's also caught a fish, and it slowly dies on the hook.
Got her one, y'all. I told you we wasn't leaving till we got you there.
Yay, I'm a fisherwoman officially.
Good job. Now when Alex catches her second little fishy, Julian offers some sage advice.
We're gonna grab him just like that. Just pinch him hard. Look
He
at him
pinched
pinching.
it.
What the fuck? I ain't never seen that.
I think you're sort of squeezing it a bit hard there. Either that or he's really pleased to see the couple that ended its life were off that TV show his missus watches. So that's the routine for the next fish they catch. Woohoo, it's a wiggling. Then all of a sudden it's kind of dead looking and they throw it back in. Probably more dead fishes floating about in there than there are live ones by now. But to show us she's not just about terminating fish, she runs over a pedestrian on the way home.
Wanna be just like me.
Good job. And there we have it, my delightful buttercup. What an adventure we've had today. Thank you so much for joining me here at the Manor. I appreciate you very much. If you like what I do, then do please like, subscribe, and try one of these little beauties. So until we meet again, stay beautiful, love to my three, and you take care of yourself.